Welcome to Sunday Reach by Indian Dominicans. My dear brothers and sisters, God can do much more than we expect or can imagine. The stories of two poor widows in today's first and gospel readings underscore the fact that God is able to do far more abundantly beyond all that we ask or think. In the first reading, the widow took the big risk of trusting in the words of a thirsty and hungry stranger, and that was the prophet Elijah, and offered him not only water but also part of what would have been the last meal for her son and herself. But what was the outcome? A great miracle. Indeed, she was rewarded with more than what she had sacrificed. The jug did not run out of flour, nor did the jar run out of oil before the day that the Lord sent rain. Yes, God is able to do far more abundantly beyond all that we ask or think. God's beyond imagination blessing may not always come in the form of a tangible miracle or an earthly reward, but in the form of spiritual rewards. This is a lesson we can pick from today's gospel reading. The poor widow in the gospel reading, like the widow who helped prophet Elijah, took the risk of offering her last coins. The gospel says that is all that she had to live on. Then she was rewarded beyond her imagination, though not in a tangible form, that is, in the midst of some many people offering in the temple. Her generous offering caught the eyes of Jesus, who then praised her. I think the poor widow in the gospel of today would have least imagined that the Savior had noticed her. I suppose that had she known anyone would be watching, she would have felt too ashamed to make herself visible there. She rightly believed in her God who sees in secret. Gospel of Matthew says, "Your almsgiving must be secret, and your Father who sees all that is done in secret will reward you." Gospel of Matthew chapter 6 verse 4. If only we are aware that God takes note of all our secret and hidden actions, if only we constantly keep in mind that we are observed and judged by God in our least conscious and most secluded hours, our attitude to certain things would change. The book of Proverbs rightly puts it, "The eyes of Yahweh are everywhere, observing the evil and the good." Proverbs chapter 15 verse 3. The exemplary character of the widow's offering lies in a willingness to give everything to God, unlike the rich man who would not give up his wealth to become a true disciple of Jesus. The gospel says he went home sad after meeting Jesus. The widow's story can be read as an anticipation of Jesus' perfect sacrifice on the cross. The self-emptying of Jesus for the sake of others is rewarded by God the Father. The stories of two widows were recorded, of course, not for their sake. They have received their reward. The stories are told again and again for us. They serve as a reminder that ultimately it is not about how much we give, but with how much faith and love we give it.